morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, November 26, 2013. If you're listening on the radio and wish to watch this, please go to www.catex.com. The big London broker Cooper Gay, Sweat & Crawford has an announcement. The announcement is that their CEO, Ron Carlier, is going to leave after less than 6 months of being appointed as the CEO for the reinsurance subsidiary Cooper Gay Re. He was appointed into the position on June 1st after several years out of the market. He was tasked with expanding Cooper Gay's reinsurance capabilities in the U.S. and given direct responsibility for developing its strategy for treaty and facultative business in the U.S. Cooper Gay has a big office in New York, and Carlier was expected to make a big penetration in the United States. He is now apparently retiring. Well, we keep hearing news about how reinsurance premiums are going down. Here's an instance of where reinsurance premiums are going up. It seems as if Allianz, the big European buyer of reinsurance, has put firm order terms into the reinsurance market for about $1.8 billion of reinsurance that will see reinsurers getting more than 20% of an increase in premium. This is for that bottom layer for their super cat treaty that was exhausted by the European floods. It could be expected that after paying out so much money on that bottom layer that the premium price would rise. According to sources in Bermuda at a big conference that just ended down there, expect to see more hedge fund managers setting up reinsurance companies in Bermuda as a way of boosting their investment returns. This is from the Ernst & Young Hedge Fund Symposium last week. A partner at Ernst & Young said that he expected to see more structures like the 2012 arrivals of Third Point Re, SAC Capital Re, and PAC Re, each backed by huge hedge funds in coming years. Don Kramer, who has been around the market for quite some time, noted that it was very possible that more hedge fund managers would be setting up reinsurance companies on the island, particularly following the success of the Third Point Re IPO. France has long had a presence in Africa, and they are sending 1,000 French Foreign Legionnaires to the Central African Republic to keep growing chaos at bay. This was announced in Paris this morning as the country's second military foray into the Central African Republic this week. The protests in Thailand continue. In fact, they've now intensified. Prime Minister invoked an emergency law yesterday after demonstrators sought to physically remove her from her office as well as occupying parts of her government. She announced that the Internal Security Act provisions would cover all parts of the capital, Bangkok. It authorizes her to seal off roads, take actions against security threats, impose curfews, and ban the use of electronic devices in designated areas, i.e. no more Twitter. Well, on the last day of this month, the 2013 Atlantic hurricane season will end. It has delivered the fewest hurricanes since 1982, despite predictions back in May that this would be a very busy year. According to a forecaster of the national hurricane season, it was, quote, a busted forecast. We did not anticipate it to be a quiet year. There were indeed 13 named storms, just as they had predicted, but only 2 of them, Ingrid and Humberto, actually became hurricanes. Neither was considered major. That explosion in China last week at the oil refinery that saw oil leaking into the streets of the city and then seeing it ignite, killing at least 55 people in the city of Qingdao, has now resulted in the arrest of 7 Sinopec executives. Sinopec is the largest oil refiner in China. The government arrested them, saying that perhaps they may have been negligent in their activities. There's been a little bit of seismic activity. There was a moderately strong earthquake, about 5.5 on the Richter scale, that struck in Lima, Peru yesterday, caused office buildings to sway and some people evacuated. But of much more interest, the previous day, on Sunday, there was a 7.5 earthquake down in the South Atlantic, not far from the Falkland Islands. This is a pretty inert zone seismically, so geologists were a little bit surprised when such a big quake hit. There were no damage or injuries. Some fish presumably were a little bit rattled by what might have happened, but we haven't heard from them yet. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.